dwarven weapons, forged and crafted on the anvil, built with weight, with purpose. When finesse isn't the order of the day, and a warrior needs what it takes. Some dwarves fight differently. Some take it to a whole new level. But that's when it really matters.
They're moving up through the tunnels, in force. Slow, but they're coming all the same.
When I first got into fantasy, as I've said, dwarves were simple. Axes, shields, standing their ground. I do remember when it started to shift for me. World of Warcraft, that hunter out in the snow, rifle buried aside. I've talked about this before, but that's when range clicked for me. I had already gotten into Warhammer back in the day, back in the mid-90s when I was working at the game store, and Warhammer was there. The dwarves had cannons, engineers. They were just part of the game. I never really thought about it because, well, at the time, dwarves didn't really interest me that much. It seemed like more like sidekicks, sometimes even comic relief in the novels I was reading. Now, it was the Skaven that spoke to me. They had a distinct little viciousness in their machinery. It wasn't until much later that I read more, I got more into Dwarven culture, and then things started to change. And then, when I started building the Barak-Karandul Project, well, I started seeing it a little differently. At some point, it stops being about how they fight and starts being about what they bring with them. The engineers, the smiths, the ones who build what comes next. It has their own bit of viciousness. And once you start leaning into that, it does get a little excessive. But only in the best way. So this way, I leave you with some weapons, because to me, they were the focal point of these miniatures. Yeah, I'll finish these pieces next week and bring some friends to the table with them.
Where are you? You promised Barak-Karandul would rise again. Will they work after all this time? Aye. With some grease and a few kicks they will. Send out the word.